Good morning, warriors. Fernando here, God's prepared warrior, and man, it's been a week this week for me. Welcome to Wednesday. This is Prepping Tip Wednesday, and boy, do I have the prepping tip for you today. I want to talk about preparing for Middle East tensions. I know that on Monday, for our roundtable live, I talked a bit about this, but now that we are moving closer and closer into this conflict between Israel and Iran, I think it's important for us to not sit back idly by and just watch things happen, because eventually whatever happens will eventually affect us. And so today I just kind of want to walk us through this real quick scenario here. So I don't have to regurgitate a lot of things to you guys, because you guys already know that over this past week, Israel and Iran have exchanged airstrikes, missiles, drones. Also, President Trump has publicly threatened Iran with unconditional surrender and emphasized strong U.S. support for Israel. While all of this happening, while the U.S. military assets, including F-22s, F-35s, and the USS Nimitz, are being deployed to the region. We also saw, and I also found this out the night that it was happening, and I posted on all of my social media, that at least 25 air refueling craft were headed that way, which is a lot, right? Because that means that they're mobilizing for things, and it's happening overnight on our side of the world. So, all of this is happening, and we need to be aware of what's happening. So, because this is such escalation, these escalations can often spark ripple effects, right, back home, right? And that will look like, energy price spikes, right? We might be paying more for energy. Supply chain hiccups. We're going to see things probably run out in the stores. And even, there's going to be political unrest, because people are going to be upset. All you have to do is look back at all of the other wars, and you will see what has happened prior to those conflicts. I can tell you that when they were getting ready for Vietnam, there were protests in the streets. So all of that is going to happen. So this is so today's practical tip is this. I would encourage you guys to build a supply buffer and financial guardrail for yourselves. This is important, because we're going to need to fall back on some things, right? So if you take, for instance, energy and fuel, right? You should have an energy and fuel readiness. I've been saying this already, but you need to keep your gas tank at least halfway full at all times. I would even, if you have like fuel tanks in your garage, fill those fuel tanks up. Just make sure you're rotating it, because gasoline goes bad if you don't ever use it. If you use propane for grills and generators, I would buy that stuff just in the event. Make sure that those tanks are filled under safe conditions, of course. They sell adapters where you can refill all of those green propane canisters. They're also kind of inexpensive right now, so I would take advantage of the opportunity for keeping fuel, right? The next thing is Pantry and Essentials. I would add at least 7 to 14 days more to your normal grocery stock up limit. It's just so that you can have this buffer room, right? Focus on non-perishables, things that are going to last. And, have comfort things, right? Have comfort items. It's good to have that there too as well. Items, your family will actually eat. Don't just go buy random stuff and then all you have left is spinach and you don't like spinach. So just be aware of that. The third thing is have a financial rainy day fund, right? Hold a small amount of emergency cash. Put it away, reachable, not in the bank, that you can have, right? Small bills. Double check your cards. Make sure everything is working right on them when you use them in the ATM. In case of increased cyber attacks, you want to make sure that all of that is up to date. The fourth thing is communication. I will hound you about communication, continuity. You need to have communication. You need to work on your comms plan. That's very important, right? I would encourage you to confirm that all your family members understand your comms plan, and in talking about that, it's important to have conversations with your family about that. Remember, I always say, if you don't have family members that are like on board with you, just talk to them about it in a nice way. Don't push it on them. Allow what's happening in the world really for them to look back and say, oh wow, this is happening. So and so was right, and then they'll come to you, right? So make sure that your family members know the plan that you have, so that that plan can be rolled out, right? Ensure that you have a go bag in the event that you need to bug out. Maybe you're away from home, and because you work far, like me. Make sure you have a get home bag, right? Make sure you have a car kit, right? I would include power banks and printed lists of phone numbers, just in case your phone dies and you need to contact somebody. Maybe phones are still up and you can use somebody's phone to contact your family. Make sure you have those lists in your bag, right? It's just an important thing to have. So that's all practical. What about spiritual, right? Even when global tensions escalate, our call remains to not be afraid, right? But to stand on God's promises. God is our refuge and He is our strength. God is our refuge and He is our strength. I love this verse. It's Psalms 46:1. Therefore we will not fear. I repeat this all the time. God is our refuge and He is our strength, and therefore we will not fear. Psalms 46:1. So and I'll always go back to, for God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. We talked about that on our live on Monday, and that's 2 Timothy 1:7. Proverbs 22:3 reminds us that the prudent see danger and they take refuge, right? Why does that matter? Why does it matter? Being prepared isn't about living in fear. It's about walking in faith, ready for what may come, right? The Bible tells us to be ready. It tells us to be watchful. When you take thoughtful action, you actually reinforce your trust in God and your responsibility as His steward in your home. Here's the bottom line. Geopolitical tensions can hit close to home, though raising prices or disrupted supplies all that can happen, right? Today, the best time to prep is actually yesterday. But if you haven't, today is the day, right? Build your buffer. Build that buffer for you and your family, right? Fuel, food, finances, and communications so that you can walk in peace and not in panic. Guys, thank you for watching this video today. I hope it brings value to you. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more informative videos. And always remember, stay anchored to the Lord, right? Stay in your faith. And I will always say, stay vigilant and stay prepared, because God, He is our mighty fortress. Guys, have a great Wednesday, and hope to see you in the next video. God's Prepared Warrior out.